Hello and welcome to the daily To Be news. Yes.
To be?
Yes.
Or not to be?
Yes.
Everyone's made that joke already, Ryman.
I know.
Multiple times.
Was released, I think it was yesterday or
yesterday.
2 days ago, and she is
the
available.
patch for her was released 2 days ago.
Yeah. She's available on all platforms. This is not the big news. This is not the big news. The big news about her release is that, with the patch, is that Namco did a small mistake and they kinda revealed who the last DLC characters are.
Oh my.
So if I go like this, then here we go. To be Cassandra, Amy. It is pretty much 100% confirmed that this is what the season pass is. And as we can hear, Icewave is crying of joy. He's this happy. So yeah, it was a couple of it's sort of the minor stuff. Like it is references to them as like selectable characters and selectable fighting styles, but it's very much there and also very very much marked as DLC. So there's no doubt that these two characters are the last remaining DLC characters.
Why did they not pick the better red-haired character, Hilda?
So yeah, this does mean that there's no Hilda, there's no Setsuka, there's no Yunsung, no Lizard Man, no Dampierre.
That's
no
the real heartbreaker.
Yeah, like, I mean, this was the downside to once we knew what the final roster size for the game was, is that it was impossible for them to include all the characters which deserve to be in the game. So yeah.
Grow is me when I saw this.
It's at least good news for me because Cassandra was the one character I was really hoping to see in the game, and
oh really? I couldn't tell.
yeah, I've been keeping it very subtle. I don't know if anyone noticed ever.
I think she wants it back.
And it's also nice to see Amy again as well. I had fun playing as in her 4. But I do hope.
I bet Raphael's even happier.
Amy! But I really do hope that they will do a season, like a second season pass, because there are even more characters which really deserve to be in the game.
Do we have more up-to-date like sales figures for Soul Calibur 6 that might indicate the likelihood of that?
I have included some random stuff. The thing is, like, we don't know sales data on like PS4, which is the platform where I would expect the high sales, so that's kind of a big unknown. But yeah, at least based on like stuff we talked about in the past on like Steam numbers, they seem okay. Like they seem to be roughly on par with a lot of other big fighting game releases on PC. So I'm hoping they'll do a second season pass. And also the game got really good reviews, so maybe that's more plus as well.
And I would, even though it didn't win, I would say being nominated for like Fighting Game of the Year is pretty huge.
Yeah.
That stupid, silly Dragon Ball with billions of Gokus won.
Yes.
I like the game. Please don't kill me, people.
And I imagine that if Smash Brothers had been released early in the year, then that probably would have won Game of the like Fighting Game of the Year thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about the Game Awards. There's always like, because of how early in the month they hold the events, there's always a few games that miss the cut that did actually come out this year.
Yeah, it's very silly. Speaking of Smash Brothers, like, I'm just endlessly depressed. Like, if you look at the credits for this game, there were I think it was 5 programmers from Namco who worked on this, and 10 from DIMS who worked on this. If you look at the credits for Smash Brothers Ultimate, there were 78 programmers from Namco. It's just why is Miyamoto forcing Namco to make the wrong game? Namco is supposed to be making this, not Smash. It's just
oh dear.
It's very upsetting. But yeah, we should probably focus on this. Cassandra, Amy, very, very, very much the next DLC characters. I don't know how long we'll have to wait.
To 2020.
Yeah.
Probably a while, because 2B ended up taking way longer than I thought.
2B was weird.
Supposedly just coming soon, way back in October.
2B was announced 2 weeks after the game was released, and we saw gameplay. She looked very close to being finished, but then it took 2 months for her to actually get released.
Yep.
But like now, as you know, these 2 are coming as DLC. That also means like the reason they were redesigned. Like it is very much the reason. Like they did that because they knew they were going to be DLC. I'm hoping that's a sign also that they have been in development for a long time. Maybe we don't have to wait that long.
They're actually out next week.
Oh, yeah. That would be an interesting surprise and very, very unlikely. So Evo Japan will take place February 2019, and I want to say that Soul Calibur 6 is like the main game for that event. So maybe that is when they'll announce the next DLC character.
That would be very likely.
Oh, I also heard that the Smash Ultimate and Dragon Ball Fighters will not be part of Evo Japan.
Huh.
Yeah, Nintendo Japan apparently doesn't want Smash there, and Toei Animation are the reason why Dragon Ball isn't there.
So I'm kind of hoping they'll be announced before then, because February. I mean, that's basically 2 months from now. That's a long wait. I can't wait that long.
It's also very close to the release of DMC5.
Oh, yeah.
Bye, Devil Trigger!
I'll refrain from doing
there
that.
I am.
I don't know. I don't know what'll happen.
Well, I mean, I feel like the months go by fast, and I mean, before we know it, it's going to be February anyway.
I guess.
I mean,
Release it now.
the year is almost over. Think about that. We're almost in 2019.
Another thing to
Madness.
consider is that a character will not be the next DLC release. It'll be a Creator Soul item pack. So-
They actually accidentally wrote Cassandra's name in, but it's actually just her customization items. I can't wait for Sectus to master Cassandra and kick my butt with her repeatedly now.
So let's look at some season pass stuff. Thingy. So I'm pretty certain this is the final like cost of everything with the season pass. So we know the price of the season pass and Tira and 2B, and Tira is marketed as a free bonus for the season pass. So if everything in the season pass besides Tira costs $6, that's a total of $30. And then Tira would be seen as a free bonus. Like then it makes sense with this wording. I feel like it's pretty safe to assume that everything in the season pass is $6 each.
So pretty standard season pass pricing. Then they price it so that one item is quote free.
So this means that if there are 2 of these items you're not interested in, it is cheaper to buy the item separately.
And that's always nice.
Yeah, I guess.
That said, everyone should make sure to buy this right here. Most important.
Yes, buy 2B.
No. The one which my nose is pointing towards.
I don't see what you're talking about. I only see 2B.
This also shows the release order. So Tira, 2B, and the next one will be Critical Soul item pack, then Cassandra, then another item pack, and then Amy will be the last character.
Well then.
I just hope we get some of the cool Soul Calibur 5 customization items back.
Well, speaking of which,
Oh,
I can talk
boy.
a little bit more about data mining stuff, because it wasn't only Cassandra and Amy which is revealed to be in the latest patch files.
Oh boy.
They have partially implemented a ton of new Creator Soul items. I didn't
Oh boy.
I didn't go through the trouble of counting them, but I'm willing to bet there's probably around 150 or something.
That's a few?
Yeah, what did they say the quantity would be official? Did they say like 200 items would be in the season pass?
I think it was over 200.
Anyway, a lot of these items are unisex, and based on the IDs, a large majority of these items are returning items from Soul Calibur 4 or 5. Which I don't think is a very big surprise, because there's a lot of missing items from 4 and 5 in Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah, that was to be expected.
Hmm.
But yay, we're getting them. Hooray.
Yeah, you just have to buy them again.
Yeah.
Fighting games.
Yeah. Publishers are kind of greedy these days compared to like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Mhm.
meanwhile you have Smash Brothers. It's like, hey, everyone's here, 73 characters and 103 stages. Have fun.
Horse armor, why? Horse armor, why?
It just works. Hello, I'm Todd Howard. Man.
But yeah, with they have partially added these new Critical Soul items, and based on the new designs for Cassandra and Amy, they've been planned to be DLC for a very, very long time. I'm hoping all of this stuff is close to being finished. I don't want the Tekken 7 situation where we have to wait a half year to get all of this content. I'll be very sad if that is the case.
That's actually 9 months.
9 months for everything?
Yeah, because I think Noctis was March.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's silly. Yeah, I think it would be bad if we have to wait that long. I'll be happy if we have everything by at least like end of February. Maybe I'm being too. There's a couple of other things in the files. The Soul Chronicle 1 music DLC is still there, not being used for anything. I have no idea when Namco hasn't released that yet. That has been in among the game files since launch.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Also,
Yeah.
Edgemaster is still listed as a unique fighting style, which always was mind-boggling. Like I almost started to think like, hey, will Edgemaster be DLC? But we know now that that is not the case because it's Cassandra and Amy. But I have a new theory about this whole thing. I have a new theory.
What's
That's
this
creation.
again?
That's creation.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Actually, Amy is going to be Edgemaster.
I have
I
a.
feel bad when I point my gun at her.
Yes, you should feel bad. Bad Jill. So I was going to say that. In the game, you have the Libra of Soul mode, right?
Yes.
That is called Edgemaster mode in the game files. And there is one part of story mode where you fight your own character from Libra of Soul. I wonder, maybe Edgemaster is not talking about Edgemaster, it's talking about the mode itself, and that like fighting style is used to define your own character in the story mode. I think that would add up.
tricks.
There are no more references to any more stages among the files besides the one which was added with 2B.
Then I get the feeling Cassandra and Amy might be cheaper. Because with Tekken, when they released Geese and Noctis, because they had a stage included, they were priced at $6.99. But Anna, Lei, Armor King, and Marduk is priced at $4.99 because they don't have a stage.
I could see them like reducing the price of Cassandra and Amy by $1 and then increasing the cost of the item packs by $1 each. I could see that happening.
That would be very Namco. They did charge $13.99 for the Tekken Ball mode. It's insane.
And I should probably mention that there is a reference to a stage which seems to have been cut during development. I don't know if that's something they would ever consider back or not, or if it's 100%.
Does it say what kind of stage?
No, it's just there's a gap in like the stage listing. It goes from like 1 to 3 blah blah, and then like stage 7. Like there's a couple of references to it, but it doesn't exist anywhere. But I have no information what it would be. I guess there's a chance it might have been like a development stage. Like maybe it was never intended.
Development stages. I like the one you can access in Soul Calibur 2.
The situation is still developing.
But yeah, that's it for data mining stuff. That's all I know, which is in like in the new files. Like the big thing is that we know for certain it is Cassandra, Amy, which are the DLC characters.
No, Sectis. It's Cassandra and Amy.
And I hope there aren't too many people complaining about this. I feel like Cassandra and Amy are a little bit controversial. For one reason is that there's a lot of fans who really think it's like necessary for every single character to have a fully unique weapon. So those people are a little bit angry about this because they basically see these two characters as clones because they share the same weapons as other characters.
I don't really mind that so much because I feel like they put a unique enough spin under weapons, like the way they use the weapon, to the point where it works. Not like when Anna released in Tekken 7, I was a little bothered by it because she's still very Nina.
It is worth emphasizing that Cassandra and Amy definitely do very, very, very much play differently than Sofita and Raphael. Like Cassandra is a very very aggressive, like rushdown style character than Sofita, for instance.
That's my weakness. That's how I fall apart with Keelik.
And also, if you go to my YouTube channel and look around, I have videos where I like compare movesets in Soul Calibur 4 with characters using the same weapons, and that makes it very apparent. Yeah, these movesets, they are very, very, very different. With that said, though, I'm a little bit curious if they will try to do some changes to their movesets. For instance, Songmina got some fairly big changes in Soul Calibur 6. I don't know if that was something to make her...
Shh, shh, shh. Can't tell Ryman that. He has to buy the game.
Well, maybe this will convince him to buy the game because Songmina is a very, very popular character in Soul Calibur 6. I think people are very favorable of her changes. Like, she's got insane range now.
She's a better key leg, and that hurts my soul.
Oh, what?
Yep, she's a better key leg.
But yeah, so I'm curious if they'll do major changes to Cassandra and Amy. I think at the very least they'll probably try to replace the few moves which are shared between Cassandra and Sophia and Amy and Raphael. I think that makes sense. There aren't too many of those moves, but they might as well change them.
I just hope they don't go too far with it, like to the point where when you first pick them up, they're very unrecognizable. Like my first experience with Killig was. Because my first experience with Killig in Soul Calibur 6 was, where is this move at? Why is this move here now?
Yeah, I think it would make the most sense if they are mostly similar. I don't think they have much reason to like fully change the movesets. I've heard some people speculate that maybe they'll change the weapons, have Cassandra wield like a mason shield, have Amy wield her.
Holy Jesus.
Have Amy wield the orbs as Viola, but I don't think changes like that make any sense. Like, people like those two characters because they like how they play. I don't think it makes any sense to like fully change the movesets.
At that rate, if you change them too much, at that rate, it's not the character anymore.
Yeah. It's also cheaper. Like, it's easier to just reuse the moveset than to make major changes to them.
Like, you have assets that look just fine still, you can just quickly slap on, speeding up the development and everything.
And that is also very much what I've done with the vast majority of characters in the game. Like, many of them play super similar to how they play in previous games. Like, Sophia, for instance, I feel like she hasn't changed one bit in the last, like 3-4 games she's been in. Like, she's super similar.
Yeah, she's changed. She's not sad in this game.
Yeah. I guess that's a worthwhile change to mention.
I actually like her personality here. It's pretty nice.
For the heck of it, to celebrate the fact that Cassandra is now confirmed, I randomly recorded a couple of very short clips. Okay. So, for instance, here's a clip showcasing that Cassandra is very good at slapping people with a shield.
Still insane how good this game can look.
Yeah, Soul Calibur 4 still looks very, very, very good. And this was recorded in the emulator for the first time I'm able to emulate the game at full speed.
Oh, nice! I was just gonna say, like, the image quality looks very clean.
I like how she's beating up Amy like, "Ha! I'm in this game before you!" Haha.
The downside is that I have to play the game at very specific stages, otherwise I get frame drops.
Right. Okay.
And I think there might be some like lighting stuff which isn't handled correctly. I think the game is supposed to be a bit brighter than this.
I don't remember too well.
Well, you know that emulator is still in active development.
Yeah.
And it's way further along than the 360 emulator. And
Cassandra is also very good at using her butt to attack people. That's not the correct.
No,
there was no butts. This is butts.
You missed.
All the butt attacks.
Uh-oh.
All the butt attacks.
No.
I'm not sure if there's anyone in the entire world who likes this critical finish.
It's too much for me.
Do you think they will remake that as her critical edge in 6?
No, they won't.
They did remake Sophia's critical finish as her CE in 6.
Well, true, but I think Cassandra will get a brand new one.
Yeah, I think I agree with it. It would be a little bit ridiculous.
This would be weird as a critical edge.
And also, a lot of people complained about this critical finish. They didn't like how silly it is with the butt stuff.
I don't mind it being silly. I just don't get how a butt to the face is lethal.
I think it depends on the butt.
And also, like, if you pay close attention here, she doesn't hit the opponent with the butt. It is with a shield.
Oh, it's with the shield. Okay, then I guess I can kind of see what hurts.
Okay, maybe we should talk about other stuff?
Maybe.
Like this image which I showed by accident?
Okay.
So this is a little bit of sad news. The game had a pretty good amount of players at launch, which I think might be visible down here.
Whoop.
Oh.
Yeah, this is how many players it had at launch at the same time. Like,
Well, I wouldn't be too sad about this because this is fighting games in a nutshell on PC.
It's like kinda, yeah, but the thing is, like at the lowest it was 692 players at the same time. The thing is, Tekken 7 never went that low. So, Super 5 never went that low. This is much lower than like the most popular games, fighting games on Steam, which makes me a little bit sad because it started off with a really good number, like 14,000 people at the same time around launch. Like that is around the highest of any fighting game on Steam.
Sectus, do you want to see something really sad? You look up Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Maybe I'll just do that.
That is depressing.
I'll just do that now quickly for the heck of it.
Marvel Infinite? That hurts. That still hurts. Oh, I really like that game.
Wow! 6 people right now!
Yep.
6 people! That's incredible! That's amazing!
That game never took off.
Wow! So, like, the highest amount of players ever was 2,500 back in September 2017. That was when it was released, I assume?
Yep.
And now it's 6.
I have to admit, this is a smaller bump for 2B's release than I thought there would be.
Yeah, so you can see there here, like it peaked yesterday at nearly 2,000 players when 2B was released. So it did get a pretty big jump up when it got released, and that is a very common thing with any game. Like once there's any kind of release, then there will be more players playing. There might be one reason to explain why Soul Calibur 6 went down in player base so much compared to other fighting games, is that Soul Calibur 6 has a huge focus on single player content. So maybe there are a lot of people who just finish the single player stuff and they decide not to play the game anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And that doesn't make it seem as bad, but it would be nice to have just a constant high player base so it's always quick to do matchmaking.
This is why we need more games to do crossplay.
I think this would also be a good reason to have the DLC come out as quickly as possible to just keep the player base healthy.
Yeah, like you bring up a good point with the whole crossplay thing. Like fighting games seem to be like the perfect opportunity for that. Surely.
Yeah.
Like Street Fighter V's netcode isn't too great, but I really do appreciate that they have the option for it. Just wish the netcode was better.
I could talk a little bit about sales number. We have a little bit of info about it. I didn't include any pictures for this, but I can just mention the numbers. So
okay.
Stuff.
So, 8 million copies.
I wish so. The numbers for how many copies it sold in Japan, and wait, is this one? The wrong link. I think this is numbers for Soul Calibur 6 after several weeks. I had like week 1 sale numbers somewhere. A bad job finding. Okay. Anyway. Okay.
Okay, you found it. So I was just like gonna improvise something, so we didn't go totally silent.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, this is not exactly what I was looking for, but this is worthwhile enough. So after roughly 1 month, it sold 36,000 copies in Japan.
For Japan alone, that's not bad.
Seems okay.
I know, like for all of Japan, 36,000 copies. Like at least that's only for PS4. Although then again, I feel like other platforms wouldn't be very big in.
No, why don't you look at the Xbox One? Oh wait, that never took off.
It is very sad if you compare it to something like Smash Ultimate, which I wanna say sold something like 1.5 million.
Yeah, but that's Smash Brothers. Like that game, like you can slap that on any box and it'll just sell like hot cakes. I mean, it is a really good game, so I've really enjoyed it.
Smash.
So yeah, after roughly 1 month, almost 36,000 copies. Tekken 7 sold 58 copies, 58,000 copies in
58?
Japan.
Oh boy, cancel the series.
58,000 copies after 1 week. So Tekken a lot more popular in Japan than Soul Calibur.
I would also say Tekken had a really good release window. Like it just came at the right time.
Well, this will definitely be a little bit sad because Soul Calibur 5, after 2 weeks, had sold 41,000 copies in Japan.
Well, they did advertise that very well.
It is that I wonder if this might be a reason why Namco is a little bit reluctant to support Soul Calibur, because it doesn't see that much domestic success.
I still feel like they are to blame themselves on it, because they really did not do a huge push for Soul Calibur 6 until like very near its launch, and even then, like the date for it is just not a good timing. It came out between Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and then Red Dead Redemption 2. Like 2 of the biggest games of the year. Like it's not a great spot.
Yeah, the timing was kinda not great. I wonder if they originally did plan for it to be released during the summer, because there was an interview where Okubo said that he managed to convince the higher-ups to give him a few more months of development time. Maybe it was actually intended to be released around July or something.
In a way, I kind of wish they would have gotten to delay to like January 2019 or February.
Yeah, I think that would have been better. Like then it would also have a lot more content and far less competition around release. I think that would be better.
Like I'm still super happy with the game and I'm enjoying it a ton, but I do wish the release timing had been a little bit better because it was really against it.
Yeah. So we could probably talk about this stuff. 2B.
Nah, we don't have to. See you later.
Have you tried playing as Ice Wave?
No, yeah, kind of, a little bit, tiny bit.
I've played
time as of like.
I've played as her maybe an hour, so she does seem a little bit ridiculous. She's got insane range, a ton of super long strings, and she's very fast. And she's got some crazy moves, like she can fly up in the air and shoot downwards, which seems like a really powerful punish move if the enemy is doing a slow attack.
I feel like she is a hack and slash character brought into a fighting game, but forgetting to make her a fighting game character at the moment.
A lot of the moves is actually kind of like near Automata. For instance, if you do a 3B move, which is like an uppercut, which is supposed to juggle the enemy, then she will fly up with the enemy and start to fight them in the air.
It's like Dante and NBC.
Yeah, it's basically like that.
A 2B, 3B.
And she's got various ranged attacks as well. She's got a laser move. She can have the pod fire at the enemy.
Thank you.
It seems like if you're not familiar fighting against her, you will become sad, because she also deals a ton of damage. People have found insane combos which basically take away half of the enemy's health. I wonder, maybe we might see a nerf soonish for her, because first impression, she seems insane.
We probably will.
It's nerf or nothing.
And
because I don't need another character to make me sad. Ivy does that enough already.
Yeah, it is like, I am very surprised by her range. Like, she's got plenty of attacks where if she attacks right now, she will easily hit the opponent. Like her range is insane.
I remember when Keelik had range.
Well, Sogmina took it. Too bad.
But now everyone outranges him. Even Maxi, and he has an Nunchaku.
Okay, that's weird.
Actually, I don't think Maxi does those just for jokes.
Speaking of nerfs, they had a big balance update with the latest patch. I think Minavi was hit with a small nerf. I think Aswell was one of the characters who was nerfed the most.
Wasn't enough.
I don't think I can remember much else. They balance. I think overall.
Well, Talim got buffed.
Yeah. Talim was buffed, so
okay,
that means Ryman should buy the game.
Buy the game, Ryman.
Oh dear.
They also fixed some stuff. Apparently, the Xbox version is no longer super slow to load.
Awesome.
I haven't really tried ranked yet, so I don't know if the ranked matchmaking is now faster. I hope it is.
It would be nice not to be a 0-point character and then you fight a 4,569 point guy and you get your butt handed to you on a silver platter.
I guess that would be nice.
Because I did not stand a chance against that. And I was very like, oh, I see. I know it was a 2-bar connection, even though I asked for 5.
And one nice minor tweak they did is that when you browse for Critical Soul characters other people have made, it'll now show more characters at a time before it starts looping the selection. So that's a nice change.
That's very good.
Oh, and I should talk about how they released that patch on PC, because that was a thing.
Oh no.
Oh right.
The patch was released, and I think this applied to everyone playing the game. They started the game, they clicked on the network option, and the game said, "You are banned." Every single person was banned, which is
including
kind of amazing.
me.
That's a very, very impressive bug. But then they reverted the patch 3 hours later, and then 1 day later they released a fully fixed version of the patch. I guess the only bright side with the whole thing is that somehow PC got 2B before any other platform.
Yeah, it's true. Because people memory edited to access her.
Well, I mean, the official release was actually early on PC compared to everything else. I think.
Oh yeah, she was out before I was even awake.
I think
that one before.
I think it's because PSN always updates at a very specific time of day, so Namco had to wait until then before she could be released.
True.
And with 2B, with 2B you get a new Creator Soul options. You can use her outfit on other characters. You can fully customize her.
You know, if you told me Snips took the screenshot, I wouldn't be surprised.
One thing I dislike about how they added her to this is that, like, this dress forces new proportions to the body, and I don't think this looks right. Like, her waist is the same width as her thighs. A little bit weird.
Well, I mean, she is an android.
Yeah.
She's not human.
I feel like they must have had some kind of choice when inputting the model, like were they gonna just have the same proportions as Nier Automata, or if they're gonna change it.
Also, she's also made by Yoko Taro. And
Yeah.
that man likes his waifus.
This is a weird waifu, though.
Yeah, but he loves her. I still remember when you tweeted wanting fan art of her.
It's like this. Japan.
That too.
So, if you customize Chibi and give her another outfit, then she will get the same proportions as everyone else in the game, like what they would normally look like, and that will be like this. So now the proportions look fine.
I guess that dress must be really tight.
Except for the head, which is very, very, very tiny.
It looks almost a little adorable. Look at that little tiny head.
Like the proportion is just a little bit silly on Tubi. And then with other characters. Oh yeah, by the way, this is another outfit you get with Tubi when you buy her.
Kane from the original Nier.
If I were to have turned this character around, I would be instantly banned from YouTube because the panties apparently just
basically
show off the
Ryman.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
The title doesn't lie.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is not the real revealing bit. It's the fact that you just see her butt. You just see the butt.
They don't even hide it.
No, they don't.
But anyway, with
I can't put this on kill. Like, I'm basically offended.
But with this outfit, at least it has the correct proportions. It doesn't force the weird waist as with this one. But if you do put on the 2B dress on anyone else, then you do get the really weird proportion, which I think is it kind of makes this outfit just unusable. I feel, because this just
another outfit I can't put on Kulik.
Yeah. Oh dear.
So you got a few more options with the 2B. You get the visor you can put on male and female characters.
Finally, something I can put on Kulik.
And you get a couple of new objects you can place freely, like the email mask, a machine head,
My stuff so
head.
cheap.
and the Grimoire book, whatever it's called.
The book that DC Douglas voiced in the original Nier. DC Douglas is well acquainted with Nier. Oh yeah, this DLC also adds DC Douglas. Please buy it, because DC Douglas is a handsome man.
Yeah, it is the second time Wesker is in the Soul Calibur series.
Unfortunately, he's not Wesker this time.
Yeah, that's a little bit sad.
Not too shabby.
Piece of garbage. So this was pre-order DLC in Japan, and with this patch, it's now been added to everyone for free.
Damn it, Japan!
I don't think this is so bad.
It's a school swimsuit.
Yeah, but you can add pants to it. You can be creative with this too. Some casual looks, I imagine.
It's the implications.
Well,
with me.
Fair enough.
And it's not only this; it's a few other pieces. Like you also get access to this now, military outfit.
So you can play Valkyria Chronicles inside Soul Calibur.
Why is that dog tag inside of her boobies?
Yeah, and
Where
then
else is it gonna
finally, we also get this.
Now that's something I cannot salvage.
Can you put this on Killick?
I hope so.
What?
Probably can't. Why does the men get no love here?
Well, yeah.
I want to customize Killick, god dang it.
The only thing with this patch in 2B which male characters got is the this visor.
Yeah, it's not good enough.
Blindfold.
Oh well, there's that create pack on the way, so they'll get something there.
So they also mentioned that they are already working on another patch which will be released sometime January.
Okay.
Apparently this will tweak even more balance stuff. I think that's the primary intent of this next patch.
Buff, kill it, 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 buff, kill it.
Are you saying Keelik is buff?
I mean, he is.
Yeah,
Have you seen his apps?
Like all the male characters are super buff in this game.
Yeah.
Except Nightmare.
Offer your soul.
No, he doesn't speak like that anymore. It's more like with a filter on top. Still can't believe him and Siegfried have the same actor, and the actor is way better at Nightmare. Well, in English.
So I think Ryman said earlier that tomorrow the Steam sales will start.
Yes, and Soul Calibur 6 has already been on sale not that long ago, like maybe a week or two ago. It was 30% off on Steam, and I would be very surprised if that discount did not come back. But if it doesn't, it's also 30% off on Green Man Gaming right now, and there's an additional 12% code you can put on top of that, which brings the price under £30 here in the UK. For the base game. People. Like, there's only a 20% discount on the deluxe edition with the season pass included. So
please buy the deluxe edition, people. Support this game. Support Sect's dream of seeing Soul Calibur continue.
Support Icewave's dreams of ever seeing Hilde in this game.
Support Ryan's dream of seeing Song Mina in more games.
If people haven't bought this game yet and they're considering wait tomorrow, I think it's very, very likely this will be part of the Steam sales. Also,
who knows? Maybe actually, I thought I saw something about PlayStation discounts. I don't know if it's on sale there. I will.
It's
check.
Very likely on sale.
I think I actually saw the sale. I don't know if the sale ended yet though.
Oh no, Sony will make another one in no time if it has. Sony makes a lot of sales lately.
With that said, if people have a gaming PC, I highly recommend getting the PC version over the console versions because it looks better, it loads faster. You can use other input devices more easily. You
can admire Killick's apps in high resolution.
You can mod the game. You can actually turn off the depth of field if you want to, because that's always on other platforms and might be a little bit overdone.
Doesn't look great.
Right. Sadly, Soul Calibur 6 is not discounted on the UK PlayStation Store. I'm checking the US now because, well, they tend to separate things by region.
Well, I guess
On
that's
for
all the more
Sony.
reason for people to buy the PC version.
Yeah, and it's not discounted on the US store either.
And challenge sectors to a fight to the death.
And it's worthwhile to remember this. Like if you're only interested in a couple of these items, then it's cheaper to buy the items separately and not the entire season pass.
Yeah.
But then again, having the entire season pass is nice. Like even if you don't play as, for instance, Tira or Turby, it is useful to have access to them in practice mode, so you can like practice against them if they do weird things you want to like learn.
The problem with me in fighting games is I just like having a complete roster.
Yeah, and
so I usually end up buying a DLC for a game if I play it enough because I'm like I just like seeing everyone.
Complete.
And if you're the kind of person who
very
likes to
cool.
spend a lot of time in the Creator Soul mode, then it's nice to have the season pass because every single item in the season pass does add more items to the Creator Soul mode.
Please buy Soul Calibur 6 just to create souls, please. Please, everybody, please.
So that's all of the notes I had prepared for podcasting.
Okay.
Do you guys have any final feelings, stuffs, maybe about these two characters?
I'm just going to say I might finally buy the game soon.
I'm really happy 2B's in the game.
Happy about this character?
Not Hilda. I'm happy for you. Like I'm happy for you. I'm just sad none of them are Hilda. I was really hoping.
I am thinking that if they do a second season pass, I think it's super likely. I think super likely they'll go for characters like Setsuka, Hilda, Yunsung, maybe Lizard Man.
Mogujin from Tekken. He's on Tekken 7. Guy needs a job.
The thing is, it would just take one more season pass, like 4 or 5 more characters, and then this roster will finally be able to compete with the roster of Soul Calibur 4.
Oh boy. No. We need all the anime characters too, like those Angol Fear and.
We don't need those. We also don't need Darth Vader or the Apprentice.
We do need Darth Vader. He was fun.
Yeah, he wasn't actually that bad, but still, I much prefer having actual Soul Calibur characters than guest characters myself.
True, I do too, but man, Vader was actually fun. That's the worst part of it.
They could make a Star Wars fighting game.
They should. That would actually
Master of
buy it.
Terraskasi 2.
Yeah, and actually have it good this time.
Oh my god, have you guys seen the Solo movie?
No.
No, I haven't.
They reference Terraskasi, and I'm not even
Why?
joking.
What?
They actually do the movie. I was just, what the Jesus Christ?
Why would they reference that?
That's why.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I accept that.
Oh yes, I also hate when becomes a factor. But that's bizarre. And then again, the Disney lineup of Star Wars movies has been kind of weird
Yeah.
in the way they handle a couple of things.
But
I wonder how that movie did. I recall it not doing too well at the box office.
I felt like it did definitely I think I heard about that.
There seems to be a fair bit of negativity surrounding Star Wars at the moment.
I don't think
for me, it's. I mean, I know this is gonna sound weird. For me, it's kind of because I feel like Disney makes too many of them now.
I don't mind the quantity. I mind the quality. Like I think Rogue One was a very good movie. Like that is on par with the old movies. I think all the other movies has been less on par.
I only really started to see the negativity roll out with the release of The Last Jedi.
Oh yeah, God, Jesus, that got the ball rolling. Still rolling.
Yeah, that movie was interesting. Have you seen it yet, Ryman?
No.
Maybe it's
I've
a good
seen
thing.
most of it. I didn't watch the end of it because got too tired to watch the rest of it and went to sleep.
Oh.
It didn't bore me. It didn't bore me to sleep. I just got really tired that night and I couldn't stay awake.
That actually reminds me. I watched that movie at the cinema with a friend, and he fell asleep during the movie.
Oh Jesus! It was because the runtime was long. I was like, I can't stay awake for that long. I'm gonna watch this some other time, and I Just never did that because I'm bad at watching movies.
Parts of that movie is honestly boring, and when I say parts, I kind of mean the majority. And some stuff they do is just, yeah. I don't know.
I'm split on how I feel about what I saw of Luke.
I'm gonna be controversial. I am starting to feel like I might prefer the prequels over the new movies.
Wow.
At least they felt like Star Wars.
I think we should stop the podcast here before the
they
comments are
were
going to text
bad Star Wars movies, but at least they felt like Star Wars. The new ones, they feel like fanfic. I don't know.
Well, this is quite a tangent.
So yeah, that was the final bit of Soul Calibur news.
Yes. We're very happy to announce that this is Star Wars Episode 9, everybody.
I also have...
This is Kylo Ren.
I also have another Creator Soul podcast thing I want to do. Hopefully we'll do that soonish.
Hopefully.
And you can expect a podcast very quickly after the announcement of a certain character. And hopefully that doesn't take too long. Like it would be cool if they just in like a week or two announced new DLC stuff for Soul Calibur 6.
Would be cool. Nice. That would be nice.
Time will tell.
But until then, bye.
Bye.